Hi everyone, I'm your host Peter Schafferin, and welcome to River Spirit Music's first 360-degree virtual concert event. I'm proud to be presenting this event with my friend Dan Gottfried and Voices in the Heights. We've all been through a lot these last 2 months as we find our way through this new paradigm. Having to inform our talented and hardworking touring artists that we were canceling our scheduled shows was painful and heartbreaking. So I reached out to Musée, our ticketing and growth partner, to discuss the cancellations, and together we decided to try something different. Live stream a virtual show. We assembled the equipment artists would need to create an immersive concert experience. We put it all together in a box, and we're shipping our studio in a box all over. We even provide a remote sound engineer to manage everything for the artist, from setup and testing to sound check and then through the show. Rachael graciously agreed to be our test artist, and it's still a work in progress, so please be patient if we experience any technical difficulties. If you got here a few minutes early, you might have seen ads for our next 2 upcoming virtual concerts. The first one will be on Friday, April 24th, as River Spirit Music and Voices in the Heights present Kirsten Maxwell. Then on Friday, May 8th, we're excited to bring you KJ Dennert's virtual birthday party show. We've added 10 more shows already and adding more each day. Okay, I hope you have gotten all comfortable and ready for tonight's show. Rachael Kilgour will be performing from her home in her native Minnesota. Her sincere, lyric-driven work has been called both brave and humane. Rachael won the grand prize in the esteemed International New Song Music Performance and Songwriting Competition and was a winner of the 2017 Kerrville New Folk Contest. She has performed all over, including such prestigious stages such as Lincoln Center, Kennedy Center, and the Sundance Film Festival. Friends, please welcome Rachael Kilgour.
This is the entryway, the foyer, the foyer. I don't know how to say it because I never had one before. I thought I might do a little, I thought it'd be funny if I walked in the front door and took my shoes off maybe. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor, but I am not Mr. Rogers, just Rachael. In the middle of a pandemic and coming to you through the magic of technology. I imagine it might be a little overwhelming if you've never done this before. I also have never done it before, so we're here together. Feel free to take a look around. If you are watching with your phone or with your VR headsets, you should be able to look around the room. There's a whole lot of lights going on so that you can adequately see my facial expressions. There will be a lot of them tonight, so prepare yourself. We've got a beautiful wood stove that I just carried up about 50 steps this morning. Not installed yet, so jackets, shoes, you know, the things that happen when you first come in. I thought maybe I'd start with a song that is not mine, but it's a good old one, and it has been on my mind recently. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears while we all sub sorrow with the bar. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a song, sigh of the weak, 'Tis a sigh that is wafted across a troubled wave. 'Tis a wail that is heard upon the shore. 'Tis a dirge that is murmured around the lowly grave. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis a song, the sigh of the weary. Oh, hard times come again no more. Many days he have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Oh, hard times come again no more. Something funny about being online singing these songs is that everything has quite a delay. I have my YouTube video pulled up here too, but I'm not even going to watch it because it'll throw me off. But I can see comments from time to time. I will check them and try not to get distracted. If this is the future of music making, I'm not super excited about it. I'd really love to get back to being in front of all of you in real time and being able to talk and laugh and feel each other's presence there. I'm missing that a lot right now. I don't know about you guys. It's been a weird time. I think it's been a weird time for everyone. I'm recognizing that I'm young enough that this is kind of this is the biggest thing I've ever had happen in my life. And when I say I'm young enough, I mean, I think it might be the biggest thing a lot of us have experienced. And maybe since World War II have we had kind of such a global trauma to work through. And in this way, it's even more global than that, in that it's affecting, it's affecting people in countries all over the world, all of them. No one's excluded. So it's a strange time. Sure, I've had hard times in my life. I think we all have. And what's different is that we're having these hard times together. And maybe even though that's really hard, it's also a blessing to be able to kind of walk through it, knowing that we're not alone in it. What have you been doing to make yourself feel better these days? You've apparently been attending virtual concerts. There's a lot of them, not usually in 360 degrees, so this is new. But I've definitely been seeking out art and friendship through technology, which is not quite the same, but it's something. And I've also been really trying to take the time to slow down. I've been going for a lot of walks along Lake Superior. Did I tell you that? I live in Duluth, Minnesota. That's where you are right now. You're in a little house. Just kidding. It's a giant house. You're in a big house in Duluth, Minnesota that's been long neglected. My partner and I just purchased this house last summer and have been renovating it. It was in its prime, a beauty upon the hill of Duluth, Minnesota. So we're trying to restore some of those original charms. And some of the things I've been doing to keep myself steady and focused. I've been going for walks. I've been cooking a lot more than I usually do. I've been reading some books. I've been making some music, calling friends. Oh, look, you are all chatting, and that's cute. This is something you could add to, just for the record. Share some things with your neighbors here on YouTube. You have a good book to recommend? I've been really grateful, in a way, for the time to slow down. I've been meaning to do that for a long time. who doesn't kill a garden. I wanna pay the bills and still not kill the garden. I wanna be successful in my love, in my art. Wanna finish what I start. Successful, not the status, the wealth, but my passion, my health. Successful, heart of our nations, pride to never be satisfied. Why would you settle? Why would you crawl if you could have it all? I need a vacation from chasing my dreams. Don't we all need a vacation? I wanna write a good song, have long talks with my mom, with patience, heart of our nations, pride to never be satisfied, bigger and better and never enough. We want time with our families, but families would screw us up in the first place, with dreams of our futures, a job and a marriage, resolve at the new year. Why would you settle? Why would you crawl if you could have it all? If you could have it all. I wanna be grateful. Oh, thanks guys. I think this comes like 15 seconds or so later to me, or to you, my song. So you guys are commenting on the song that I just played. Thank you very much. I like that one too. I suggest you go and read this article. I just posted it on my Facebook page yesterday. I should know the title of it. Hold on. It's called "Prepare for the Ultimate Gaslighting," I think is what it's called. But this author did such a great job of noticing, like my song said, how, Americans have been programmed to want more, to never feel satisfied, and in doing so, we drive the economy and we make it possible. There's a lot of money making that's happening at our expense when we don't necessarily need a lot of the things we're told that we need, and how this experience is really opening a lot of our eyes. To how easy it is to be satisfied with like a good meal that you cooked yourself with your family, who's all home and hopefully safe and healthy. That those are the kinds of things that really matter to humans in the long run, and how we kind of have to prepare ourselves for the deluge of media telling us that we probably need to buy something real quick to make ourselves feel better about that pandemic. So get ready. Get ready, guys. Yes, I'm super happy to be able to slow down and be with my loved ones. And I'm like very, very, very aware that that is a privilege to have. There's been a lot of talk about this experience being kind of this great equalizer in the United States, and in some ways, in some respects, it is. I mean, we're all equally vulnerable to this virus, and so in that way, we're on the same team. But I think also this moment has pointed out how unequal we really are, and how that even, in the midst of a pandemic, people who struggle to live paycheck to paycheck maybe are just super panicked right now, for good reason. There's like they live a life that is, and when I say they, I mean that sometimes includes me. Living a life where you feel anxious about whether or not you can afford to live that month is not comfortable, and it's not something I think anyone should have to experience. I'm hoping that out of this we can take a look at how well our healthcare systems are working and how well our financial structure is working. Maybe take a look at minimum wage and raising that. There's a handful of things that we could come out of this doing a lot better, so that if something like this should ever happen in the future, it's not such a dire situation. One by one we fall in line to reach for the precious prize, to the promised land, singing yes we can, stomachs bigger than our eyes. And it's yelled out loud, it's murmured low, there's a chance for you and me to have all we dreamed and even more, it seems. Well, that's the curse of liberty. Welcome to America, the land of the rich and free, where hard work gets rewarded and the money grows on trees. Well, it's rags to riches, baby, that's our story, and we are sticking to it. If you don't make it big, you can't claim the game was rigged, 'cause in America you manifest your own destiny. So stack the deck and deal a hand, and if your daddy's rich, well, every card you hold will be turned to gold for a white man and his tricks. And you stop to think as you comb your hair and straighten out your tie, how the bottom few could be privileged too, if they'd buckle down and try. Welcome to America, the land of the rich and free, where hard work gets rewarded and the money grows on trees. Where it's rags to riches, baby, that's our story, and we are sticking to it. If you don't make it big, you can't claim the game was rigged, 'cause in America you manifest your own destiny. Well, tunnel vision makes you stronger, narcissism is the way to get ahead. Don't you ever stop to wonder about the ones you had to pay to make your bed. Well, 99 we fall behind, well, one fool takes the prize, but we won't stay down forever. See it twitching in our eyes, a revolution, it's on its way. to America, the land of the filthy free, where hard work gets you nowhere and the money is disease. Well, it's rags to riches, baby, that's a tall tale, but we are sticking to it. 'Cause if you make it big, and even if the game was rigged, in America you manifest your own destiny. In America they say the rest is history. Well, how's it going out there for everyone? I hope you can hear well. I hope you're not too distracted by the fact that you can just twirl around in circles all over my room. Have any questions? This house was built in, oh, I should have known that answer before I started saying it. I think it was built in like 1901, maybe. Duluth, if you didn't know, used to be, it was a boom town. Right at the turn of the century, we had more millionaires per capita than any other town in the United States because of our natural resources. The timber industry and mining was really big here. Also, the lake and access through the canals and outward. They didn't stick around, and they left us with a bunch of really huge houses that we struggle to heat in the Minnesotan winter times. So, grateful to have a home, especially at this moment. Oh gosh. Someone asks, is the wood oak or ash? Wow. Wait, the wood of what? This is going to come a lot later. The wood is... Oh, in the house. I believe that the wood is oak, I'm guessing. That's my best guess. In the 70s, there was a fire here, and some of the woodwork got damaged, so it's not all intact, but it's coming along. That's also a great thing. House projects have been definitely keeping me busy throughout this time. How many of you out there are... How many of you out there are living with children right now? Or maybe always, I'm guessing. I know some people are with their children 24/7, and it's a challenge. Some people, perhaps people that have custody arrangements, are not hanging out with their children right now at all, and that's got to be really difficult. I know on online there is just like a bajillion homeschooling memes about how horrible it is to be with your kids all of the time. But not just horrible, it's a lot of work. I get that, but I think in reality there's something bigger at hand. I think we're all really feeling this, like the enormity of the situation, and having our own like weird emotional reactions to it, and like stress eating, or like doing whatever it is that we're doing to cope with this, and how do we like carefully guide our children through an experience that we're not really sure what to do with, you know? So I definitely feel for my parental friends out there in the world. If you get the chance, I'd listen to, what was the name of it? There's This American Life, actually. This morning I was listening to their episode from a couple days ago, and it was looking at some stories of people during the pandemic. I think mostly a lot of the folks were in New York City, getting hit pretty badly, like many of you might be. And there was a moment where one of the stories, the producer was interviewing his brother, who was home with his toddler and his wife, and both he and his wife had COVID-19 and were having to take care of this 2-year-old. And of course, there's like the practicalities of just like, I'm exhausted and I feel horrible, and how am I supposed to care for her? But also he broke down in the story, just recognizing how scary it is, not knowing, like at this moment, it feels really bad. We're really sick. If we get by with just this that's going to be great. But there's a chance, like looking at other people's story, there's a chance that something really bad could happen, and just like feeling that fear and like trying to keep life normal for a toddler. I was on a run and just like weeping while I ran and listened to this story. Anyway, hats off to you if you're a parent out there. We're here supporting you from afar. I can't keep you from the world. The world is closing in. And I can't teach you to become the things I wish I could have been. You can't make the time go faster, and I can't slow it down at all. I can't make you learn your lesson each time you trip and fall. But I will be right behind, cheering you on all the time, all the time. When you were small, I had the answers, and you believed without a doubt. And now you're never satisfied until you try it for yourself. You're pushing for your freedom, and you're pulling back in fear. Well, it's a mess, but it's a beautiful thing, my dear. And I will be right behind, cheering you on all the time, 'cause I know you can take it. I believe that you will make it on your own somehow. Maybe not right now, but I can see you're almost ready. Do you think you're ready, Freddie? Say it right out loud. You're gonna make me proud. Where'd you learn to be so brave? How'd you grow to be so tall? The way you know exactly what you want and how to win it all. You're trying on your conscience, and you'll make a few mistakes, but all hurts can be forgiven if you look them in the face. And I will be right behind, cheering you on all the time, 'cause I know you can take it. I believe that you will make it on your own somehow. Maybe not right now, but I can see you're almost ready. Do you think you're ready, Freddie? Say it right out loud. You're gonna make me proud. Say it right out loud. You're gonna make me proud. Thanks, guys. You're leaving nice notes, I noticed. I know quite a few of you, and some of you I don't. Thank you for being here, being there. I don't know, being wherever it is you are, and for tuning in. I think the internet is such an amazing, powerful tool, and I really like the idea in this moment of just of setting aside an hour to just hang out with a bunch of people, and really commit to that. It's hard to do, I know, on a screen for that long, but it kind of makes it feel more real, like we're all together. So I appreciate that. My stepdaughter, I was just thinking I'd sing that song for her. She is having her 19th birthday, sheltering in place. So good times. Aw, that song makes you cry every time, and that's very sweet. Thanks. Well, I know a lot of us are sheltering in place on our own, and that sounds really hard. I personally right now am sheltering with a partner, and I'm really grateful to have a buddy to go through this with. I'm also incredibly annoyed with her most of the time. Because that's what happens when you're with another person. That's what happens when you're alone too. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my music, but I spent a long time talking about my divorce. I'm not done, just FYI, I'm not done talking about it. I was married, got divorced, and I put out a record called Rabbit in the Road. Speaking of, that's not on my set list. If you guys have requests, you can make them. But it's a bit of a downer, which is fine because we're feeling down, and sometimes it's good to just feel that way. But I put out this record about my divorce, and I really made a lot of effort to just get to know myself again afterward. I just swore off dating, and not just dating, but just thinking about dating, or like why I wasn't romanticizing that idea at all. And felt like I could avoid it for a very long time. I had that in me. And then I ended up meeting my partner a couple years, 2 years after my divorce. And the thing that sold her was she was equally cynical, I would say, about the whole situation. And then I thought, okay, I could do that. But I think something that, this romanticization of partnerships, of long-term partnerships, just really kind of screws us all. It sets you up for such a massive failure if you really think that that's what's going to happen in your life. That will just always be like butterflies, and it's just not that. It's a very practical thing to live with another human. And the thing that I found is that eventually, once some of those butterflies wear off, you kind of come face to face with yourself again, which is the worst, because yourself, flawed, with the same old flaws, same old things you've been working on forever, and then they just sneak on out, and you have to keep working on them, and it's so boring, so frustrating. So the thing about partners is you get to do that together. You get to be annoyed with yourself. You get to face all of your existential questions together. You get to grow together, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm trying to be patient about it. We were tiny young things when they filled our heads with love songs, the fabled romantic affair. Now we spend our days longing for that one true love to keep us from a long and lonely despair. And we fall for it hard, Yes, we play by the rules, so bewitched by the target, but oh, how cruel it seems. Such an unforgiving dream. We've been set up for a crushing defeat. Tell me who measures up to the fantasies, the fiction, who reads the thoughts in your head. What if love is ordinary, like patience and forgiveness, and taking turns making the bed? I'm a cynic these days, but I want to believe I'm more humble and ever might still be worth working toward. Your dirty clothes on the floor. Maybe romance is just a hard-earned reward. Is it hope or delusion? Are we heroes or human? I've come to believe something in between. There you are, so imperfect. There you are, and it's clear. No, I don't have the words yet, but love sincerely, I am willing. And what greater oath can an honest heart make? Something funny about this situation. I have my phone here to watch the chat as it comes through, and I also didn't turn off my messages. A good friend of mine just texted me to say, "How does my partner feel about about all this trash talk?" The truth is, she would say the very same thing about me. I'm annoying as hell to live with. It's true, but we're also pretty good friends, and we make a good team most of the time, and we've been having a lot of fun, I think, being together. Doing a lot of growing. That's what it's about. So, alas, let's see. What other messages have I got here? Oh, Cal, you requested You're Through. That is such a great request, except for, let's see if I even remember it. Thanks for being here with me while I practice. Hold on. Only you through, you through. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop loving you. Oh, I'll try it just for you and because it's very short. I learned to love you, though I never thought I could. Learn to take you in stride. Learn to jump when I should. And you tell me you're through. You tell me you're through. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop loving you. Remember kisses hornets buzzing above us. Remember singing our songs. Remember how much I loved us. Tell me you're through, yeah. Tell me you're through. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop loving you. I don't remember what the last line is, guys. And you'll, I don't know, cry your tears on someone else's shoulder. And I'll know for sure then, oh, we'll both know it's over. And yeah, tell me you're through, yeah, tell me you're through. Somehow I'll learn to stop loving you, and somehow I'll learn to stop loving you. I imagine it is a problem with this camera. Is that true? No? It looks like it's still working. It died earlier, so I was worried that was going to happen again, but it looks like it's on. Working on the problem. Okay, I'm way behind, so maybe it's already been fixed and you can see me already. Nope, still, okay. I'm going to check in with no messages from Sound Guy. Ryan is running sound remotely today, which is amazing. So at least you can still hear the sound, if not seeing me. I wish you could. You should let me know when you can, because I was going to tell y'all about a little something I've been doing. Well, that's all right. I'll just keep singing. Oh, thanks for saying I sound great still, Cal. That was almost the complete song. It was close. I haven't been singing that at all recently, so oh well. I'll just sing for you. Close your eyes. Holy are we, with her hand on my knee, and unyielding reverie, blessed her lips and the turn of her wrists. Try and tempt me, I'll not resist. Oh, if my greatest sin is to love her well, you can send me to hell. Patience and prayer, with her hand in my hair, fears relieved, burdens shared. Oh, if my greatest sin is to love her well, you can send me to hell. with her hand at my breast. We are sacred and nothing less. With my greatest sin is to love her well. You can send me to hell, send me to hell for loving well. I'm hopeful all of you are watching through some kind of thing that allows you to look around. This is, like I said, the place where I take my shoes off when I come in my jacket, my winter jacket that I'm still wearing. But also over here to this other side is my desk, where if I ever answer your email, that's where it happens, and or post something on Facebook. But recently we got the sewing machine out. I don't know if any of you have been trying out your sewing skills, but my partner's mom is a really great seamstress, and she has been going crazy sewing masks. So she sent my partner back home with instructions, and we've been sewing masks together to donate. Here in Duluth, I'm part of a little volunteer group that's helping collect masks and then deliver them to people who need them. So we have like a little website set up with forms where you can request them if you're a healthcare worker, or if you're say in a nursing home, or you're working in childcare, in order to keep everyone safe. So the fact is, nationwide, even in a small town like Duluth that really hasn't been hit hard yet, we're short on supplies. So if you have any skills whatsoever on your sewing machine, I would highly recommend spending some time with it. Hi, Scott Moore. Hi, Paula. I'm assuming Paula's there with you, but hi. Yeah, we have a lot to be grateful for. I don't know if any of you guys are healthcare workers. I recognize I'm singing to you, like I said, from a small town that hasn't really felt huge effects from this virus quite yet. We've had a few deaths here in town, and we're definitely, everyone's hanging out at home and being safe about it. But we are definitely no metropolitan area. So I know a lot of you are probably near or inside of New York City, and I'm guessing it's a lot scarier. And if you work in the healthcare industry, I'm so thankful for your willingness to take that risk and to take care of others during a pretty intense time. I think we're all kind of reassessing what it means to be an essential worker. Yes, at every level of healthcare, just I feel like, you know, often nurses or home health aides or whatnot don't get necessarily the praise or the financial reward that other parts of the medical industry do. But looking at nurses, looking at grocery workers and truck drivers and other laborers that are just like keeping things going, keeping our electricity and our water running, and keeping the food coming into town. All the folks working at shelters, people are still homeless and experiencing domestic abuse, and we need people willing to put themselves at risk. So thank you if you happen to do one of those jobs, or one that I didn't list that is probably equally important. I've thought a lot about how we prioritize, work in our country, or how we value different kinds of work in our country. It seems pretty clear at this moment that sometimes we overpay some jobs that really aren't very essential, and underpay others. I wrote this next song for my dad, who died a couple years ago, but I wrote it as he was kind of facing the end of his life with Lewy body dementia, and I was kind of looking at his life and knowing, deep inside of me that he was the hardest worker I ever knew. That someone who comes home that exhausted every night is not lazy, but that how unfair it felt that at the end of his life we didn't have access to some of the more comfortable, healthcare options that we could have. We ended up keeping him at home. We weren't able to afford putting him into an assisted living or a memory care clinic, which maybe he wouldn't have liked anyways. But it just felt like our choices were really limited by the amount of money that he made in his life as a self-employed contractor. He was always working, always, and we never made it big, which is okay, but it is really nice. I think it's a human right to be able to take care of our dying loved ones and our young. So some thoughts on that. Here, I'll sing. Oh gosh, before I sing, yes. I forgot to mention, that was in my list, but I forgot to say them out loud. Teachers, yes, and transit workers. Very nice. I mean, thank you for listing them. My dad worked hard from the time he was young to win the respect of his father and the love of his mom, and nobody had high hopes for the scrappy farm kid. But nobody loved a challenge like my old man did. So with his hands in his sweat, with a hammer and a cigarette, long hours in the hot sun, he built a foundation, late for dinner every night, a sun burning, an appetite. In the end he seemed to do all right, 3 kids and a frugal wife. My dad worked hard, and yours work harder. That what his thriving investments prove. Now I'm not saying that he didn't earn the right to take it easy. I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure my dad did too. He got the job done right. No, you couldn't call him lazy, and he wouldn't overcharge you, not like the big names did. He'd build a house from the ground up, run the numbers in his head. He'd make enough to feed the family, make it home to tuck me into bed. And he never gave up till his body gave in and his mind grew thin. And you never can tell how time will treat you. She's a great deceiver. Now he's home every night, he's home every day too. He needs help getting out of his chair and can't remember how to tie his shoes. I've been looking for the safety net, the one that's supposed to catch him when we can't afford the care he needs. And he worked his whole goddamn life. My dad worked hard, but yours work harder. Is that what a comfortable retirement proves? Now I'm not saying that he didn't earn the right to take it easy. I'm Just saying that I'm pretty sure my dad did too. Let's check the time, shall we? It looks like that is approximately 1 hour of music. Before ending, I wanted to make sure that I say a big thank you to Voices in the Heights concert series, which I'm sure in good time will be starting up again in person. And in the meantime, I think they may be looking at doing more of these virtual concerts. Also, a Spirit River, is that right? Spirit River, oh, is it River Spirit? Oh no, I have a hard time with names. Peter, tell us the name. Is it River Spirit? Or it's right there. I see it in the picture. River Spirit Music. Also a great concert series. Thanks for pairing to come together and put this concert on. Thanks for Ryan, who's running sound from far away. We've had a real fun time setting everything up and testing out the lights and testing out the sound. I'm glad everyone is hearing well. That is good news. Let's see. What shall I leave you with? Oh, Jeff Lowe, Holy Are We may be the most beautiful love song of the first part of the century. That's a very sweet thing to say. Thank you. I'll take it. Your song about my dad is one of your favorite songs of all time, says Dan. Okay, well, I think maybe I will end with that because I often do end my songs with. I've got this other song about my dad, and something I'm recognizing. I don't know if you guys experience this, but having experienced some kind of grief in my life, every time it comes up again, I feel like it's a weird old friend. I think like the first time I felt like, when you feel the ground kind of fall out from beneath you and you have to reassess everything, like that your future doesn't quite look the same because either someone has been removed from it or and I can remember clearly the first time I like really felt that as an adult and how that feeling, kind of ebbs and flows. Sometimes you like remember what caused it, and you kind of carry it with you for the rest of your life. But also when something new happens, and I feel like they're like little friends. Like my experiences of grief know one another. I remember feeling after I got divorced and I had a shifting relationship as a step parent, and that was a really hard time. And then later on, when my dad died, I remember being like, okay, I've done grief before. I know how to do this. And they feel similar and they feel different, and I'm learning new things. And it's the same in this moment. I feel I'm remembering my dad, and I'm remembering how I'm just a mortal, and that we're all going to die. I don't mean to say that to be dark, but it's true. We are. That's just the plan, and kind of accepting that uncertainty, or I guess it is certainty. We know exactly what's going to happen, but accepting that we don't really have control is the best way I know to deal with it. So I'm going to sing a little song in honor of my dad. Maybe you have people you've lost. I hope none of you have lost someone in this current crisis, but if you have, my condolences, and let's just try and remember one another and love ourselves the way they loved us. Thanks for being here with me. Oh, it looks like something. Let's see, let me check in. Well, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I'm just going to keep singing this last song. There's a sharp-looking man with a farmer's tan and my baby buck. Shoulders back, he leaned against a broken world. He had a head of curls like his baby girl and a devilish grin. He was a tender-hearted trickster, and I'm a lot like him. And my father loved me when he could not love himself. How he believed in me. He was certain he would fail. So when the world has been unkind and doubts weigh on my mind, I try and love myself the way my father loved me. You won't say it out loud, you're far too proud, but it's plain to see how his demons follow you just like they follow me. Between the three of us, there's a lot of hill. We got the good and bad, a steady hand and a habit of getting oh so sad. But our father loved us when he could not love himself. How he believed in us when he was certain he would fail. So when the world has been unkind and doubts weigh on your mind, try and love yourself the way our father loved us. Like licorice and tobacco and spearmint gum. When the worry's coming for you, you better run, run, run. Now there's a ghost of a man at the back of every hall that I sing. And he's a braggart. He claims his daughter could do anything. I wanna be just like him and nothing like him at the very same time. And my father loved me when he could not love himself. How he believed in me when he was certain he would fail. So when the world has been unkind and darkness weighs upon my mind, I try and love myself the way my father loved me. All right, guys, thanks for being part of this grand experiment with us. I hope you feel a little less lonely, if you were feeling lonely in the first place. Take good care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I hope to see you all in the flesh really soon. So have a great night. Thanks to everyone who made this happen.
Hey everybody, this is Kirsten Maxwell, here to tell you about my next live stream concert. It will be Friday, April 24th at 7:30 p.m. And it will be a 360 virtual reality experience. So you have the option to purchase a virtual reality headset, which allows you to look around the room and basically feel like you were right here with me.
Oh, I would love to eat dinner too, but you can eat by yourself. I'm trying to figure out how to say hi. How do I do it? Play.
See